Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. Today I'm doing 7 tips for drawing tablet beginners. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is if you're on a budget or a student, look out for secondhand tablets on eBay. For a very basic cheap tablet, you can try the Wacom MTE 450. I'm showing you here on eBay. They're actually pretty easy to find. Number 2, check your listings carefully. You will need to make sure it comes with its pen, or it's sometimes called a stylus, and the cable is also included. Skip any listings with missing parts. Tip number 3, drivers and software. Windows 10 has built-in drivers called Windows Ink that you can install straight away as soon as you plug in. But for Mac, and if you want extra options, you will need to download the drivers from the Wacom.com website. I'm showing you a picture here showing the drivers. If you need them, they are there. Tip number 4, if your tablet is not powering on, check that you have the correct cable. For example, this tablet requires a USB Mini B cable, which is a little bit rare nowadays. It's the old style of cable that was used in for mobile phones and things like that, digital cameras, that sort of thing. So if you have a spare one of those, it will work. Just make sure it's the right kind of cable on the end, and make sure to plug it in firmly at the top here. This tablet requires a good shove to get this cable to plug in, and then the other end goes into your computer or laptop, and Windows should pick it up automatically and light it up. If you're on Mac, I'm not sure if it will light up straight away, but try and install the drivers and then plug it in and see if it will light up at the top. That means it's getting power and it should be functioning. Tip number 6. Make sure your stylus still has its nib in the end. These can wear down or become lost. You can find replacements on Wacom.com, on Amazon, or even on eBay. I'm just showing you a couple of quick searches that I did. They're not expensive, but it might find that that will work 10 times better when you replace the nib. Make sure that you clean your tablet. Tip number 7. So dirt and dust will stop the tablet from picking up your drawings, and it will wear down the nib. So just make sure you keep it nice and clean. Here I'm just wiping it with an antibacterial wet wipe, but you can use any just lightly damp cloth. Just remember not to get it too wet, and let it completely dry before you start using it again. So as you can see here, it's still quite damp. I left it for a good amount of time and it dried out and it looks great. So those wipes work really well for this kind of thing. Just a couple of extra tips about the Windows software itself. When you plug in a tablet to Windows 10, it will install the Windows Ink software, and you'll be able to set these settings here. You can have a bit of a play around with this if you want to. If you want to use handwriting recognition, you can use that by using the on-screen keyboard. So when you open the on-screen keyboard, it looks like that, but if you click on the option button at the top and then choose the one on the end, that will change it over to handwriting recognition, and you can write with your pen into this box and it will translate it into text. Super handy if you are holding the stylus and need to write something, or if you have any sort of disability that makes it difficult for you to use a keyboard. Super handy for this. So as you can see here, I'm just writing and it's picking up the words that I'm writing. Now, if you want some extra functions, I recommend downloading the Wacom settings and drivers. I've showed that a bit previously, but here it allows you to set all the buttons on it. It also allows you to set up the pen settings. If you're having trouble with your tablet and software, just don't want to pick it up, go into the Wacom preferences, click on where it says pen mode mapping, and uncheck the Windows Ink checkbox, and then hit OK and then close it. That will stop Windows Ink from trying to overtake the Wacom drivers and should allow you to use it in any software. So I hope these tips have been helpful for you. I hope you guys have a sunshiny day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!